Hello, friends, neighbors, and ukuleholics near and far. I'm Lil Rev, and it's good to be back with you again for Mead Mondays. And tonight we are going to be learning the tune Wildwood Flower by the Carter family as our original source, with many other different references. And when I first learned Wildwood Flower, I was uh, I was in my late teens, and I heard it played by Mother Maybelle Carter on an old clip on the I believe it was the Johnny Cash show, and it just really knocked me out. I also heard a lot of other people flat pick it on the guitar, and tonight we're going to learn it on the ukulele. But I'm going to start out and play the original version of the way I learned it on the guitar and harmonica, and then we'll segue to the ukulele and explore a variety of different ways that we can learn this very, very cool piece. Okay, so here we go. So there you have it, a little bit of the Wildwood Flower. I'm going to hand this to you if you grab that for me. Thank you. That's right, you can't see her. It's my lovely wife, Jenna, helping me out as always. And hey, you guys ready for the hat here? Okay, hang tight now. All right. There we go. All right. All right. Also, if you can bring up the light just a little tiny bit. It's looking a little shadowy here. Okay. Good. All right. All right, my friends. Well, let's get started and working on Wildwood Flower. Tonight we are going to be learning the instrumental version of the Wildwood Flower, and that is a real classic that I believe everybody should know. It's really good. You know, good tune. You can pull it out just about any old time, and it just good one to lean on when you want to add a little bit of instrumental variety to your, to your repertoire, because you are, by and large, doing a lot of strumming and singing. And if you really want to add some variation to your performance or your set, as a U club or as an individual performer, it's good to have a few instrumentals in your pocket. Okay. Now, if you're not much of a melody player, then I would say that this is within reach of just about anybody. I'm going to teach it to you tonight as a straight single string style melody, but I'll try to demonstrate it and what it would sound like with claw hammer and some other options. So let's get going here. And that was a little bit of shadow yet. We're going to make some light corrections here, and then we'll get going. So if you copied the music from the Google Drive, I'm looking at the page that says Wildwood Flower, and we're going to start out on the ukulele here, and we're starting out on the open E string. Now, whenever you learn a melody, it's important to scan the tablature and just get a sense of, ask yourself this question. Is the melody, am I going to be playing on one string, two strings, three strings, or all four strings? And if we look at the notation and the tablature from top to bottom, we see that we are going to be utilizing all three strings, the A string, the E string, and the C string, to play this melody. So we're starting out with an open E in the first measure and going to an F note. So here's your first phrase. I'm going to teach it to you measure by measure tonight, and with a lot of repetition. Okay, so here's the first measure. Okay, all right, here we go. Perfect, excellent. All right, here we go. That's right, just those two notes. Bum, bum. So if you were playing this with someone else, those would be the two pickup notes. You'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and boom, the melody would begin. Okay, all right. Or you could go 1, 2. Okay, so you got E, F, E string, open E, F on the E string, first fret. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I'm hoping you're repeating after me when I do it, okay? Here we go. Bum, bum. Easy enough, right? Now, here's the second measure. Each time I'll play what I did before as well, so it builds up, okay? So here we go. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so now you have E, F, and then what's the second measure? You're going to put your ring finger down on the third fret of the E string. That's a G note. Okay? And that's a half note, so you're going to hold it for 2 beats. So you got... And then the next 2 notes are an A and a C, which is open A string, third fret A string. Now you got... Okay, let's repeat that phrase a bunch of times. I do it, you do it. Good. Now here comes the third measure. Okay. So in that third measure, we have an open E, an F note again, and another open E. Okay. So here we go. Now, we dropped the link to one of my favorite versions of Wildwood Flower in the comment thread. And this is by a young duo called Sensitive Souls, reinterpreting the Carter family's version with auto harp and guitar. And it's a really beautiful version and includes the singing too, because Wildwood Flower was originally a tune from the 1860s. Long before the Carter family did it, it was known as a tune called I'll Twine Mid the Ringlets. And that goes all the way back to the 1860s. These days, at bluegrass, folk, country, most people just play it as an instrumental, but it does have some beautiful words. And you can find that link in the comment thread there that we dropped in there. Okay? And it's so nice to see all of you, all my friends, Joe, Sarah, Carrie, Greg, Errol, Teiko. Nice to have you all with tonight. Okay, so here we go. Bum, 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 bum. There, that was the whole top staff line. okay? And I went bum 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 bum. You got to add that last open C note there, okay? That takes us through the whole top staff line in the first measure of the second. So we've got 0 0 1. That's hard to say that, to say the names of it and do it. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. Okay, let's try that. Here we go. And you end on an open C. Okay. Open C. Again, last time, first 5 measures. And once you play that last open C note, you're going to hold that for 4 counts plus 2. Okay, so you're going to let that ring out. Right? You can count that out, and then you're going to repeat that phrase again. So really, once you learn that first phrase, it's just repetition. You're just going to repeat it again. That's kind of nice. Almost like a lot of fiddle tunes do that as well. It looks harder than it is. Okay? Now let's do the whole beginning part. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to go up. Let's talk about that. Now before I jump into that phrase right there. You could stay up in first position and find those same notes without going up the neck. This is a nice exercise in sliding or using your pinky or figuring out how to utilize all your fingers. Okay, so let's look at that. I will live yet to see. This is the second part now. All right, so I'm looking at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm looking at measure 11. Okay, and we start on, it says 3, 3. So we're going to do 3rd fret E string into the 3rd fret A string. And you could almost bar that and go. So that's the phrase you want to get down. Because that takes you into the second part, or the B part variation of the melody, okay? I do it, you do it, okay? Yeah, good job. That's it. That's it, okay? You're getting it. One more time. And again, I'm playing the part that says, I will live yet to see him regret the dark hour. That's the part we're playing, okay? Now I played on a little bit further. I played that whole phrase. I will live yet to see him regret the dark hour. Here's the whole phrase now. Okay, now let's talk about the fingering, because there's a bunch of ways you could do this. If I bar on 3, 3 to get the G and the C notes, then I drop my pinky down, and then I come on to 5, 5th fret A string with my ring finger. That allows my middle or my index to get the other notes on 3 and 2, okay? Even better if you can get your middle finger, because then you can go, and then it all just kind of walks down, and that's makes much more sense. Okay, if you're still working on building that kind of finger dexterity, then just remember what I've said a few times about exercises doing permutations, that kind of stuff. And kind of weird finger permutations exercises that will help your fingers develop the flexibility and the agility to be able to make those kind of maneuvers as you go up the neck. Okay, now when I go up the neck for that phrase, when I go up the neck for that, I could find an E note and a D note somewhere up in first position too, and not go up the neck. But it makes it a little more interesting, okay? And the melody likes to go higher when you go to that B part, okay? So we're getting there. We're getting somewhere now, and pretty soon we'll have to talk about the accompaniment or the rhythm too, all right? So here we go again. I will live yet to see and regret the dark hour. And now here's the ending phrase. When he left me lonely, this frail wildwood flower. When he left me lonely, this frail wildwood flower. Let's repeat that, okay? Let's a bunch of times. Okay? All right, try it again. Okay, try it again. Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. And then sometimes I like to play a harmonic on the very end. When I'm totally done playing the melody, I'll hold my finger over the 12th fret C string. And that'll, if you just barely touch it, it'll create an artificial harmonic. Or it'll create a harmonic, I should say, not artificial. That's a nice way to end it. Okay, so let's go back up to the top now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, I should say. Correction. Let's go back to the beginning. I counted one beat off. Okay? Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Pretty cool, hey? All right. I want to do that a few more times till I'm sure. How many of you are starting to get it? Give me a few comments. Okay, you can type into the comment thread. How many of you are starting to get that? All right. Now, if you're not a melody player and you really like this melody, but you're not a melody player, then maybe go on to listen to the recordings of this song, learn the words, and strum and sing it. That's another option too for you. My whole life I've done it as an instrumental, and that's kind of what I'm used to. So let's try it again from the top. Here we go. Repetition is everything when learning a new melody. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Are you counting it? Okay, so whenever you're holding it, you'll play that whatever that note is in that measure, two, and then count 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and you'll come in on the other two kind of notes that pick it up. Okay, so let's try it again one last time. Then we're going to talk about accompaniment, and I want to show you how it would sound with claw hammer, and we want to talk about a shaving a haircut ending and a few other little things that we could throw in. Okay, so here we go. Do it again one more time. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's kind of presumed that you'd play through the melody a whole bunch of times. You heard me when I played it on the guitar. I must have played it 5, 6 times round and round, you know. Adding a little variation with the harmonica as well as flat picking it on the guitar. Okay. This sort of a tune is going to use a boom chuck strum. A boom chuck strum. And by now you should all be really well acquainted with the boom chuck strum, okay, which I'll always review it for you in case you forgot. So no matter what chord you're fingering or fretting, you're always going to strike the G string by itself, okay, one time, clip it, and then all the other strings together. So that's strike or stroke and then brush, and it sounds like this. What a practical strum. You can use it on so many things. If you're not used to it by now, really make note to remind yourself to practice that and get that in your grab bag of strums. Okay, so I'm going to put on the harmonica now, and I'm going to play the melody, but we're going to try to accompany ourselves with this and practice it with the boom chuck. All right, so off goes my hat on the harmonica here. All right. Hope everybody's having a good summer so far, staying healthy. All right. So the first part of the tune is going to be the 1 and 5 chords, which means 1 is your tonic or your home key. It's in C, so that's your 1 chord. Your 5 chord is going to be C, D, E, F, G, or G7. G or G7, either of those chords work. When you get to the second part, you're going to go to the 4 chord, and if you're in C, that means C, D, E, F. Okay, so you'll add an F chord in there, and then you'll go back to C, and then finally you'll add a G7th and end on C. That's the chords that's going to come up in the progression. All right? So here we go. We got our boom chuck. You can be playing C, F, and C and G7th in first position. I'm playing them in second position. So I'm playing a B flat on 3 for my C chord. I'm playing an F7th on 3 for my G7th chord. And I'm playing in what we would typically refer to as an E chord on 3 as my F shape. Okay? just so those of you who like to move your chords up the neck and want to know what I'm doing to accompany, I'm playing C, F, and G. I like to play them more as bar chords than open chords. But I could do it either way, right? Here it is with open chords. There's my boom chuck. Really nice, sweet little melody. Really nice. If you're learning tremolo and you're a more advanced melody player, you might want to try using the thumb or the tip of the finger, as I've talked about in the past. Maybe someone else is playing accompaniment. You could tremolo it. You could also take a flat pick, a guitar pick, and you could do something like this. And that's playing with a little guitar pick there. So these are just creative ideas of how to create some variation when you're doing it, okay? So again, on the accompaniment, one more time so I know you got it. You know, when you really are learning a tune, it all begins with the accompaniment. So if you can really memorize the chord progression, that's really the means to mastery in terms of confidence that it takes to get through a tune. Because if you don't know the rhythm and the foundation of it, what good is a melody, right? You want to be able to at least carry the rhythm of it, and then you add the melody and do it a lot of times till you really get it down well. Okay, so here it is one more time, and I'm doing the boom chuck strum. You could be doing it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Good job, you guys. I feel like you're really getting this one. Now look, I have been playing this melody for, my gosh, 35 years. So once you learn this, and when I say I've been playing it, I mean, you know, I mostly end up playing it on the harmonica and the guitar when I'm performing, because I like, you know, the big sound of the guitar with this. That's the way the Carter family did it. If I was going to play it solo on the ukulele, I would probably do it with a claw hammer feel, because that would give me the rhythm that I really need to pull it off as a solo arrangement. I might consider arranging it in a chord melody style so that I'm strumming it, or perhaps a finger style version of it. If I really wanted a full sound that could stand on its own, as a solo instrumental. I'm teaching the most basic way to play it as a single string melody, because I'm presuming that somebody's going to accompany you, okay? The whole idea of going, you know, I'm playing it just solo like that, you got to have some rhythm in there. So somebody's got to be playing U bass, or strumming the chords in order for this version to really sound good. Okay? But there are lots of other ways we could do it where it would stand on its own. So I'm going to switch ukuleles now. And I'm going to play a little bit of it in clawhammer. And let's just see how that sounds. I'm guessing it's going to sound pretty good. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to just stick to playing the melody. I'm not going to pay much attention to what my thumb does on the drone. All right? All right? So, actually, hang on a second here. There we go. Are we having fun yet here tonight? This is supposed to be fun. Okay? All right, I hope it is. Hope you're having fun. All right? Remember, you guys remember the line? If you have been playing ukulele and you look in the mirror and you're still taking life too seriously, even therapy cannot help you. Remember that, okay? All right? So here we go. Now we're getting into more country and bluegrass style ukulele, you know? And so, all right. By the way, how many bluegrass ukulele players does it take to screw in a light bulb? 1 to screw it in and 3 to complain that it's electric. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to do it again. You can hear how this would sound in more of a clawhammer approach. Okay, if you wanted it to be, the tune shouldn't be faster than that, you know, but if you really wanted to speed it up in a, you know, kind of frenzied, more up-tempo way, it would still sound good. But it's really a lazy melody, and it sounds better at a slow and a medium clip, okay? All right, so let's talk about what would be a good ending, and a good ending would just be a standard shave and a haircut. So for this particular tune, shave and a haircut is going to give you, you put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, okay? Then you're going to drop your middle finger down onto the 3rd fret E string. You strike it twice. Those are G notes. Bum, bum, C, bum, bum. So you got 3rd fret A string, bum. Now drop down middle finger, pick up 3rd fret E string, bum, 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 bum. Then open A on the A string. Then the G note on the E string. Okay, so that's going to be. Okay, so you got bum, 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 bum. And lastly, you are going to have the G note on the E string. Now you got chord, which is G7C. That's the hard part for some people if they're just starting to go G7C. Well, if you just learned a G7th chord, that's going to be hard. If you know your G7th well, then it's easy peasy, good and greasy. Okay? Bum, 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 G7C, bum, bum. Okay? Let's try that riff together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. When you finish the melody, take 1 quarter note breath and then go into shaving a haircut. So when you're coming out of that last line, you could do this kind of a thing. All right? So you just kind of give it a little bit of a rest there and then go into that. Okay, I'm just taking a peek at the comment section now. All right. Okay, good. All right. Excellent. All right. Now, those of you who are clawhammer players, I encourage you to just practice the melody, but with the clawhammer shape. Don't even worry about the droning initially. Once you get the melody with the clawhammer shape, then let the thumb drop down where it feels natural. There's a lot of half notes in this tune, and a lot of places where you're just going to hold one note, and those are the spots where you could really drone a lot. Okay? And so we've got the boom chuck strum, we've got the melody, we've got variations with things like clawhammer, or possible variations with finger style or chord style playing of the melody, just other ways to play it. And then tremolo, if you want to try and tremolo the melody. That could be fun. If you're using your thumb, you're using the side of your nail, left side of your nail, and over the fretboard. But if you're doing that, somebody else is going, while you're going da bum 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 bum, or buy yourself a looper pedal and record the rhythm and then play the melody over it. If you don't have anyone to jam with or play with, that can give you an accompaniment kind of thing. Okay? That's another option for you for developing your ability to move back and forth between melody and rhythm. All right? Okay? Now, I also included a bonus song in the packet, and we're going to do that at this time. I'm not going to teach the melody to this one, but we're going to finish out just singing a little bit of the Worried Man Blues, also done by the Carter family. This is another classic that groups like the Kingston Trio and other folk and country groups picked up on. Woody Guthrie, Pete Seeger, people like that. And it's a fun little melody to play. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. And that's in the key of A. So everybody grab your uke. You're going to use a boom chuck strum. And we're going to play this and sing a little bit of it. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll do it on my tenor here. Let's do that. All right. Let's see. Hey, Jenna, would you grab from my harmonica case in the living room, would you grab my A harmonica? There should be one in there in the far left upper column. So nice to have a little bit of help every now and then when something kind of spontaneously comes up in my mind. And all right. Jenna's MVP, and some people think she is actually the living incarnation of Superwoman. Remember Superwoman, the action hero? Some people think that she's the living incarnation of Superwoman. All right, takes a worried man to sing a worried song. This is included in the PDF of tonight's handouts. And if you want to learn more about the Carter family, I I have taught other classes where I talked about them. I would highly encourage you to read this book, Will You Miss Me When I'm Gone? The Carter Family and the Legacy of American Music. Okay, so really great read, and you'll learn about the Big Bang of American country music that happened down in Bristol, Tennessee, with the Carter family and Jimmy Rogers beginning recording in the late 20s and on through the Great Depression years. It's a very interesting part of American music history. Will You Miss Me When I'm Gone? All right. Another cool Carter family song, there's so many of them, is Will You Miss Me When I'm Gone? Or When I'm Gone, or some people call it the Cup Song. You can go on YouTube and look up the Cup Song. There's some fun versions of that. All right. All right. Here we go. Just going to adjust my harmonica, and we'll finish out with Worried Man Blues. Lots of other great classes coming up. For Meade Public Library of Sheboygan, Wisconsin, I was just in the library today picking up some local history books, and if you're in the area, please pop into the library. Movies to check out, and books, and makerspace, and radio station, and all kinds of fun, cool stuff going on at Meade Public Library in downtown Sheboygan. All right, we hope you'll come and visit us here sometime. Sheboygan offers a lot, throughout the year. Summer months are dynamite with the lake, and let us know you're coming in. Well, if we're around, we'd love to come and show you around. Okay, so here we go. We're going to play an A chord. We'll need to know how to play an A seventh chord, and then a D shape. There's another D shape right there on 5, but a D chord or a D chord like that. Okay, and then we've got an E chord or an E seventh down towards the bottom of the song. All right. Boom Chuck. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, won't be worried long. Went across that river, I laid down to sleep. Went across that river, I laid down to sleep. Went across that river, I laid down to sleep. When I woke up, shackles on my feet. Sing it now. It takes a worried man. Ready? It takes a worried man, sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, won't be worried long. 21 long links of chain around my leg. 21 long links of chain around my leg. 21 long links of chain around my leg. And on each link, initial of my name. Let's go on to verse 4. No, I asked that judge, what's gonna be my fine? No, I asked that judge, what's gonna be my fine? No, I asked that judge, what's gonna be my fine? 99 years on the Rocky Mountain line. Takes a worried man, sing a worried song. Takes a worried man, sing a worried song. Takes a worried man, sing a worried song. I'm worried now, won't be worried long. that road, far as my eyes could see. I looked down that road, far as my eyes could see. I looked down that road, far as my eyes could see. Little bitty hand was waving after me. Last time, my dear friends, come on. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, won't be worried long. Tag it. You know what that means when someone says tag it? It means repeat the last phrase in the song. I'm worried now, won't be worried long. One more time. Here we go. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. I'm worried now, won't be worried long. All right, everybody. That concludes our study tonight of music that can only be called just great, great classic Americana. That is just a timeless chestnut of a melody, and everyone ought to know how to play that one. That's a real keeper. Okay? Wildwood Flower. Go out to YouTube and listen to the Carter Family. And check out what we posted in the thread here today by the Sensitive Souls. And hear a real respectful version of the tune. It's obvious the affection they have for that Carter Family sound. Okay? You can find me at lilrev.com. I have an upcoming webinar on arpeggiating the blues. Arpeggiating the blues. So we'll be doing 90 minutes of arpeggio studies that can be translated into blues accompaniment and other types of accompaniment to improve your finger picking and to assist you in song accompaniment and the accompaniment of others while they're strumming. So I'll be doing an in-depth study, and this is music from an upcoming publication called Blue Arpeggios. And so that's coming up the third week here in September. Take a look at my website. You can register for that one now at this time if you'd like to sign up for that Zoom webinar. That's starting back up my webinar series here for the fall. Also want you to know that as we go forward with Mead classes into the fall, we're going to go from doing a regular Monday thing by the time we get into, I think, September. Let's see, late October. When does that start, sweetie? You got the calendar anywhere nearby? When do I get into my 3-day stretches? Is that October that I begin that? Gotta ask.
November 8th is the first one. November 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Okay, nothing in. Oh yeah, they're in October as well.
Well, that's not the 3-day stretch, though, is it?
Got 2 of them there, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, in October,
October 11th.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like a couple nights in a row, rather than every Monday like that. So you'll be able to get a couple nights of study in a row, and we're gonna continue to do that every month, on through the winter, as well as my webinars. And remember, these are archived, so if you wanted to go back and work on Wildwood Flower, you can just look on the Mead Facebook page where it's archived and follow up with some more studies of the Wildwood Flower. Please do go to YouTube and listen to a wide variety of different variations in the way that people like to interpret that melody. There's just hundreds of versions, and that really adds some depth to your own delivery when you've taken the time to really absorb a melody and in the process making it your own. Okay? If you lastly, if you'd like to leave a tip, as always, you know the information. My Lil Rev virtual tip jar located on the homepage of lilrev.com. we do appreciate that. Most of my work is still online, though I'm enjoying some outdoor shows this summer. Just played at the Aurora Uke Fest in Aurora, Illinois. Had a great time yesterday. And but we're going to be doing a lot of online stuff this fall and winter. So stay with me. And as always, your generosity is very much appreciated. Okay, stay healthy. Email me if you have questions, and you know the line. Love you like a ukulele. We'll see you again.